Black magic. You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want, so just tell me what you want to hear.
Welcome back to another edition of Ratchy TV. It's your boy Zeus here with you, and with me every week, like he is, it's the WellandWingnut, Steve Lambert. How you doing, my friend?
What's going on?
You know, another day, another week of Wanda down. Yeah, man. You know, pretty good week. First week of working at CHCH, man. Yeah, thanks for the high five there. Yeah.
I'm waiting hi to Will, but I'll high five you too.
Oh, hi, Will. Damn it, Steve. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Yeah, so that was pretty exciting. Writing news stories for reporters who report the weekly news. I was all excited, and my first day, they posted a story for me, and I was like, wow. The intern that was there before me, I think she was there 3 weeks before they posted one. So, but yeah, it was a good feeling, but I still need a lot of work I got to do to fix up my writing. That's for sure, because it's a lot like you see in the TV shows, man, like in movies, like with and I don't want to say anybody's angry or anything like that, but like where they get, you know, like, what kind of writing is this? And shit like that. It's really like that, like the Perry Whites or the Ed Asners from Mary Tyler Moore. And not bad at all. Thank you, Will. I care about you too. But aside from that, it's been a decent week. How about you, buddy?
Yeah, good. Got some vacation time, so I decided to celebrate my birthday a little early. It's on Tuesday, and I go back to work Wednesday, so I couldn't very well drink Tuesday night because I'm a responsible adult.
Oh,
so I tipped a few back last night.
Nice. How you feeling today?
A little rough.
A little rough. You were okay if I would have said today was going to be an off day, weren't you?
Whatever. That's why we have this, right? That's what this is for.
Exactly. That's the cure-all, be-all, cure-all. We're in Canada where it's legal, so we're not trying to promote it. It's just the same as us having a drink on air. We do want to say I want to at least extend, you know, our well wishes to everybody south of the border, especially in Texas, getting hit hard. At first, yeah, it was kind of funny, you know, to see that happening there. And, you know, the first reports, yeah, it sounded like you guys can't handle this stuff. But honestly, everything that's been going on, it's so sad, man.
Yeah, they've had 30 fatalities, so yeah, it's serious, man.
Yeah, this is definitely a state of emergency. So best wishes. I hope if you're watching, somehow, somewhere, we can help take your mind off of things just a little bit. But we are definitely thinking about you. You're in our hearts and our thoughts. So stay strong, Texas. You got this. That's what Texas has always done. Texas has always been that strong state, man. If any state can do it, it's you guys. And by you guys, I mean that as non-gendered. I mean, however you identify. Just be safe. That being said, no 5-second movie this week, but that's cool because we're getting started a little late, and we're doing a WandaVision spoiler-filled show. Now, we're still going to do the news. We're going to bring you guys the news, but we're going to be talking about WandaVision after the news, okay? So we'll try to get through the news as quick as we can because we know a lot of you want to talk about Wanda. That's what you're here for. And, yeah, we love it. Quicksilver is back. Yeah, baby. Is he? Is he? Is he? Just finished work myself and now getting drunk as I'm on lockdown. Yeah, we hear you, bud. We're hoping to be out of our lockdown this week. We're hoping to go into the red zone. I think Monday in Canada, the red, like we're different categories, and red would mean that we could start doing dine-in stuff and things like that. But
at limited capacity.
Yeah, only families of 4. You have to prove that they live with you as well. So, but you know what? It's slowly but surely getting back to normal. So, and Snowmageddon didn't kill us this week. So, hey, I'm happy for us in Niagara. I meant I didn't mean to rub that in. But yeah, so we will get to that. You guys want to drop in your theories throughout the show? We'll be keeping an eye on the comments there. What do you think's happening in WandaVision? What is going on in this show? Are you guys loving it so far? Is it just absolutely batshit crazy for you, like it has been for us? What do you want to see? Like, where do you think it's going? But we'll get to that. We'll get to that and a whole lot more moving on throughout the show. But we're going to start off the show like we do every week, and that's where Steve and we talk to you folks about everything that's going on in the world of pop culture on another edition of This Week in Geek. All right. So this is where we round up the news every week, and we leave all the bad news stuff to Steve. 2020 is doing its best to catch up with 2016 when it comes to celebrity deaths, and this week no different.
Yeah. No, death does not take a week off. Celebrities are they're no more immortal than we are. And every week it seems like we got somebody to talk about, and this week is no different. And we're going to start in the 80s. Everybody remembers the 80s. It's, for us, our generation, that was, the kind of we grew up in. And the Fat Boys were a pretty famous rap group, made a couple movies. Disorderlies was one of them. So Prince Marky D. Morales, he was on the... I guess on the left there.
In the red?
In the red, yeah. No cause of death, 52 years old. He died Thursday. Other than being in the Fat Boys, like I mentioned, we mentioned Disorderlies. He was a radio host. So he had a lot going on still, even though we haven't heard from the Fat Boys in a long time. I think Human Beatbox was their big hit, right?
Right, which was a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's sad. It's sad to hear it. And really young, too, 52.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's only 7 years older than us.
Right.
Just putting that out there.
So, and then, moving on, Rush Limbaugh, 70 years old.
Rush.
Nationally syndicated radio show. He was on TV for a few years in the 90s. Very influential voice of the political right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about Rush Limbaugh. Yeah, he was. I don't like saying that he was a voice of the right, though. I think he was a voice of the extreme right, maybe, because we know a lot of people that are right thinking that are good people. I mean, fair. So I don't know, man. It's sad to see anybody pass away. It's just, I don't know. My grandma always said if I didn't have something nice to say about somebody, make sure you say it on the internet live to everyone. No. Okay. Condolences to his family and to anybody that did know him. Sorry. Yeah. That's all I got for you, Rush. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, that's it.
That's it. Wow. That was not bad for deaths this week. Just two. We're slowing down a little bit. Well, all right. Well, I've got my first story here, buddy. If you're ready, we've got a new Netflix Addams Family coming. Tim Burton is coming out of retirement. He's going to be. Well, I didn't even know if he retired, but we haven't heard his name in a long time, and he's coming back to direct a live action Addams Family series. Mark Millar and Go from the Arrowverse fame are also attached to executive produce. This is going to be on Netflix. No word yet on who's going to be starring in this or when it's going to start filming. But, I mean, more Addams Family can't be a bad thing. And I'm all right with it being Wednesday as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. What do you got, buddy?
Secrets of the Mogwai, sticking with animated, has been renewed for a season 2, and we haven't even gotten season 1 yet. So HBO Max is pretty confident in this one. Of course, Secrets of the Mogwai, the original 1989 movie, and then the 1990 sequel, The New Batch. I don't see James Hong pictured there, but yeah, James Hong involved. Everybody knows James Hong from Big Trouble Little China, Golden Child, multiple roles.
Yeah, and then you've got BD Wong right there, who's in it as well. You've got Ming-Na Wen, who's everyone knows from Mulan. She's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's in The Mandalorian. And then rounding up the crew is Matthew Rhys, who's most famous or most recently been on the remake of Perry Mason that Robert Downey Jr. brought back. I'm excited for this one, though. I actually looked into this before. We both had this story. And so this is going to be set back, and it's going to be based on the guy that sold Gizmo to the dad in the original. I forget what his name was in the original. But yeah, so it's going to follow kind of their upbringing in Shanghai. So yeah, I think it's going to be good. It's 1920 Shanghai, and this is going to be on HBO Max, 10-episode series.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't see that the second season though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Working Dead is out next week. Working Dead. What about The Walking Dead?
Yeah. Working Dead are out every week.
Yeah, that's Steve every week. That's awesome. So what do you think of like this coming out? Are you down with that? Are you okay with it?
With what, sorry?
Are you okay with having like an origin story of the Gremlins?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's I mean, we saw with the New Batch that, you know, it didn't hold up to the original. I mean, they went a little more comedic. It was fun.
Right.
And
this is animated too.
It was a TV station, right?
Yeah.
They were bringing Buck in the building.
Yeah, and it was John Glover was the head of that station as well.
Right.
I don't know if you remember who John Glover is at all.
Yeah.
It was on Smallville, played Lionel Luthor. So something happened. There was an anniversary this week. I don't know if you knew about it. Did you happen to see this?
I did.
Okay, it's been 25 years since I've done this. Let's see what happens. I'm scared. Shooter McGavin, this is for you. And I'm not lying to you, that is smash. That went pretty well. They dead, Shooter.
Nice drive, Gilmore.
And the response.
25 years, huh? Let's see if it's Shooter's tour. Check it out. Oh, yeah. It's all about the short game. Drive for show, putt for the dough. Money. Shooter. Still got it.
How great was that?
Yeah.
How absolutely phenomenal was it to see those two come back out? Happy Gilmore, 25 years now. And that was his third or fourth movie at that point?
Yeah, well, he was in
Madison.
Airheads, which would have been before that.
Right. Then Billy Madison.
Billy
And
Madison.
then I think it was Happy Gilmore, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great movie, though. I haven't watched it in a while. I wonder how it stands up today to back in those days, though.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it within at least the last year, and I still enjoy watching it.
Awesome. All right, well, what else? What do you got for me, buddy?
So yesterday there was some big news in outer space.
Yes, Perseverance.
Perseverance landed on the red planet, the Red Menace.
Like a redhead.
Yeah, and it shot back some photos for us to give us a first look at the new rover and what it was seeing.
Oh, well, obviously, no intelligent life there. Was found on the planet of Mars. Yes, I'm stealing that comment from one of our fans on the page. Yeah, it's a big deal though, eh? Like, and this one could fly as well. I think they were saying like it had
Yeah,
capabilities to hover at least.
yeah, and the purpose of the mission is they're looking for biosignatures in rock samples.
Mm-hmm. And I heard they're looking for volcanic ash as well, which is a big deal if they can find that. But very cool, very cool. I like it. I just still want to see us go back to the moon at some point.
Yeah.
Ack. Yes, that was an ack.
Martian.
I did see the Mountain Dew commercial with the Gremlins. It was a Super Bowl commercial. It was a good one. All right. So, what else you got, buddy? I got a few more stories.
So, Jackass 4. We know Jackass 4 had started filming before COVID. They got some scenes in. And we saw about a week ago, or a little less than a week ago, that Bam Margera had been let go from Jackass 4. He posted a short video. It was pretty heartbreaking. He had a pretty strict contract because of his past, and he broke the contract. He had multiple clauses, and he said that no one had reached out to him. People have since reached out to him, the crew and cast, and they're trying to get him the help that he needs. He's saying that it was partially due to his bipolar condition, but I mean, you can clearly see he's off the wagon there. So hopefully,
that's sad to see, man. Well, you know what? Hopefully, he gets the help he needs. I know that he probably feels betrayed by the guys because they've all cleaned up and they're not. They're all jackasses still, but they're not young jackasses. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, the death of Ryan Dunn really took its toll on Bam.
Well, exactly, right? How that worked without Ryan Dunn? There you go, right there. We'll ask him right there. I mean, Ryan Dunn was a huge part of it, but you could still do Jackass without Ryan Dunn. The Mars landing mission has me concerned. There are several movies where discovering life there does not end well for us. I don't know of any movie where we go explore where it ends well for us, except for Star Trek, and even that doesn't end well for like at least a couple hundred years afterwards. So yeah, I hear you though. I understand what you're saying, and I'm totally with you. Other news we got going here as well. Did you see? And we're not going to play it because we don't want to get shut off anywhere. But did you see the new trailer for Mortal Kombat?
I haven't watched the trailer yet. I saw some of the stills, but I have not watched the trailer yet.
My God, does it like? This looks so good to me, and I'm not just saying that because we know a couple of the people that are in the cast. I mean, the fatalities they show in it. Sub-Zero at one point they show in the trailer fighting Scorpion, and as he hits Scorpion with a sword or something, and blood squirts out of Scorpion, and Sub-Zero freezes the blood and stabs him with it. Like, I mean, and it just shows so many of the fatalities already just in the opening trailer. You can only imagine it's going to get that much more violent.
I gotta say, I've always been a Street Fighter guy.
Listen, I want to say that I don't hate Jean-Claude Van Damme, but come on, yo. Come on.
Oh, I didn't mean
from Brussels as the American.
I meant the video games. I didn't mean the movie.
Yeah, okay. All right, then we're okay. Because the only good thing about the movie was Ming-Na Wan, who we talked about earlier, as Kung Lee, and of course Raul Julia as Major Bison was awesome.
Yeah.
Finish him! Stephanie, what's up, Stephanie? How are you? Welcome to the show, Stephanie. Good to see you. So yeah, there's been a lot of shit coming back lately. We talked about the Mortal Kombat trailer there coming back. we talk about all these remakes now too, and the newest one that's coming out is a prequel coming on Disney Plus, and that's Emma Stone's Cruella. The trailer dropped this week. Did you see the trailer for that one at all?
I did not.
I mean, it looks okay. I'm not gonna lie, it looks okay. I like Emma Stone as an actress as well.
That's a lie. I did see a short clip of it, but I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's an origin story, so it is what it is, but we'll see. They changed Street Fighter video games. They took out the Rising Sun in the bath. Oh, with what was that guy's name? The sumo wrestler.
No, I can't.
But I know what you're talking about. Mission to Mars worked out okay, to be fair. You mean the one where Matt Damon got stranded on Mars for 2 years? He had to eat chipped potatoes for 2 years? Did that really work out? I mean, in the end, he survived. And what a tale to tell, though. Let me ask you something, and I'm sorry, this is going to be a little adult-oriented. Would you spank it in Mars?
on the red planet.
If you were stuck on Mars for 2 years, would you be spanking it out there?
Yeah, instead of stabbing your own lap.
Yeah. B Honda, that was the name of the guy. No, with Gary Sinise. I don't follow. But we're going to say, okay. E Honda. That's right. E Honda. It wasn't B Honda. All right. So what else you got for us, buddy?
Mom has been canceled after 8 seasons, and only 1 season after Anna Faris left the show. Allison Janney, who of course played the mom's mom, stayed, and she said she doesn't regret the show being canceled. They had a good run. She enjoyed her time. She had nothing but good things to say about it, and I mean, it was kind of Anna Faris' show, so
exactly.
I think we stopped watching it around season 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I like Anna Faris and Allison Janney. Both. They're both great.
Yeah, I really like Allison Janney. I don't think that I've ever seen her act poorly in anything. And I like Anna Faris. I do. I prefer her in... Well, I thought this was a perfect role for her, honestly. Mom. And I didn't watch all of it. I don't even think I've seen a full season of it. But it's one of those shows when it's on, I'll keep it on because it's entertaining and they are good actors. And they got a lot of good people on that show as well. There's also a new Space Jam out this year with, LeBron.
Yeah.
Speaking of LeBron, I know you're not a big basketball guy at all, but it's getting harder and harder to argue against LeBron not being the GOAT over top of Michael Jordan. I get Michael's 6 for 6. But now and this is going to be a horrible comparison for you because you hate Tom Brady, but it's like the Tom Brady, Joe Montana thing where, Montana was 4 for 4, and I always consider him the GOAT. But then once Brady got like number 6, and then he got 7, and he's been there 10 fucking times, it's hard not to say that. And it's the same thing with LeBron. And Jordan. I think Jordan was almost retired at this point, and LeBron hasn't missed a game, and he plays almost every single minute of every game and averages close to a triple-double. The guy's a freak.
I'd probably put Brady at number 3, right below Eli Manning, seeing how he is, 2-0 against him in the Super Bowl.
I hate Eli Manning. I don't hate Eli Manning. I just think Eli Manning's the luckiest Manning of all. The luckiest Manning of all the Mannings. And that's not a diss. Well, I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, was he luckier than the third brother that didn't play in the NFL?
Cooper? He almost made it. Well, yeah, and that guy wasn't lucky. That guy was unlucky. Anyone excited for Tom and Jerry? You know what? I'm kind of excited for it, but I want it, and please don't hate me for this, but I am Gen X. I want it to be violent like it was as a kid. I don't want it to be... Like, they showed the repeats when I got older of Tom and Jerry. Did I freeze? I don't see Steve. Did I freeze? Or did Steve freeze? Who's frozen here? Did you freeze or did I freeze? I think it's Steve freezing. Because I've got a good, solid selection today. Anyways, I just want to see it... I just want to see it a little more violent, like it was in my era. when they made it later, like when I was probably 16 or so, they would show the old repeats that we would watch, and they would cut everything out. And then you're not even watching the same Tom and Jerry anymore. But I would like to see that. Justice League returns this year. I'll watch it, but I don't really care about the Zack Snyder cut. No offense. I'm happy for everyone who wants it, but for me, it's just meh. Speaking of superheroes, though, Netflix has finally lost the rights, or their 2-year deal is up at least, with Jessica Jones and The Punisher. They have gone back to Disney now and Marvel, which means all the Netflix characters are now back under at the House of Mouse. Did you watch any of these Netflix series at all?
No.
No, eh? Yeah, some of them were really good. They were really gritty and down to earth. They were very, very light on the superhero stuff in it. And because it was on Netflix, you didn't have to worry about the ABC, Disney toning it down, can't do anything higher than, PG-13 before 9 o'clock. So these were good shows. I'm anxious to see them come back. There were photos shown of Charlie Cox, who you see there beside Mike Coulter, Luke Cage, in the middle there, who played Daredevil. He was spotted on the set of Spider-Man 3, but we don't know if it was as Matt Murdock, his character there, but geez, I really, really hope so. Nobody likes watered down Tom and Jerry. No, nobody does. Thank God we had The Simpsons. Thank God we had The Simpsons and we can get it back with Itchy and Scratchy. I agree. If they make Tom and Jerry politically correct, it'll be junk. I don't know about politically correct. I think it's more they're trying to make it more family, what they consider family friendly. But yeah, Chaos Walking looks like it'll be pretty good. I'm not familiar with that at all.
No.
Do you have any other stories?
Yeah. Train to Busan is getting a U.S. remake.
Yeah.
This happens all the time with Japanese and Korean horror films. You see a lot of those, like The Ring and The Grudge, were all originally Japanese and Korean film. So this is nothing new. The original Train to Busan, great movie, made $98.5 million in 2016. The remake Peninsula came out in COVID, so it didn't do as well. I think it still made almost $25 million. But they got horror director Timu
Solani? Timu Solani?
Yeah, Timu Solani. Timu Tijajawantu. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but
nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah,
you nailed it. Well, that's good, man. Will says I did see a video today with Marvel Heroes. They have Batman. Wait, they have what? You're with Batman kicking the crap out of some kid? That couldn't have happened anywhere. Oh wait. Did you see this earlier, Steve? Did you see this earlier?
I did. Now hear me out. I don't think that's the real Thanos.
Why? What makes you think that? And why is Batman there? What the hell is Batman doing there? Oh, too funny. He's DC. Come on. F is for family should be the standard for raising children.
Great show.
Yeah. Hey, Bill Burr should just be everybody's dad.
Mm.
The Punisher was wonderfully brutal. It had such a great hallway fight scene. The prison scene. Oh my God. It was brutal.
So wonderfully beautiful. That means they were like the opposite of the Steelers.
Yes.
Is that right there, Kurt?
Be nice to Kurt. All right. Be nice to him and his poor Ben Roethlisberger that has no center and who else is retiring from the team that he's going to lose. He's got to retire. He has to retire.
Yeah.
All right. I got some more stories. You got any more stories?
I have one last story. Ashley Judd. I'm sure everybody remembers Ashley Judd. She was part of the Me Too. We haven't seen her in Hollywood a lot lately, but she was on a research trip in the Congo where she broke her leg in 4 places. She credits the Congolese people getting her out of there and saving her life. It was a 55-hour ordeal getting her out of the jungle.
Holy, that is crazy. And
Yeah.
I mean, she does a lot of humanitarian work across the globe, and she always has. Proud, where'd she go? Kentucky, I think she went to school, because they always show her at the crowds of whatever her alma mater was. What is that? What is what? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about that picture of Ashley Judd being carried out of the Congo there? That's her with her leg broken in 4 different spots, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, tough lady though, and it's sad to see that. But I wonder. I'm assuming she was there on some kind of humanitarian work. We talked about remakes. There's another remake in the works. I just got this story. Just came in just before we came on, so I don't know too much about it. But Josh Peck has seemingly confirmed on his Instagram page that he will be starring in a remake of Turner and Hooch. I don't know if it's a movie or a TV show. I say if it's a movie, we don't need it. I say if it's a TV series, great idea. I think it's a great idea as a television series, and I think Josh Peck is the right person for that. Honestly, movie, again, don't need it.
Yeah.
Just my opinion. And Kurt says, right, and Will agrees. Ouch. Damn Skippy hippie. You're a Bengals fan. You can't talk shit to anybody. Like, legit. I'm a Vikings fan, so it means that I can only talk shit to Bears and Lions fans. That's it. Everybody else is off the table. You as a Bengals fan, you can only talk shit to the Jets. And
Cleveland.
Every other year.
Cleveland. Not this year, but
yeah. That's another one where it's every other year. That's funny shit though. All right, so that's that one. Woohoo! To do the David Letterman like we like to do. We talked about Perseverance. We talked about Happy Gilmore. We talked about Mortal Kombat. Then that means my last story before we get into some WandaVision spoilers, what everybody's here for, is live action Ahsoka series is coming. We all know this. Rosario Dawson, written and directed by both Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. I don't think there's one Star Wars fan in the world that doesn't think that those two are the greatest creators when it comes to Star Wars. I don't even think George Lucas, I bet you Lucas thinks they're better than he is.
yeah, it's definitely hard to argue.
Yeah, because I know Filoni is a huge disciple from George Lucas, and they spend a lot of time together as well. There's a Child's Play season coming to Netflix soon. Oh, I don't know about that one either. Rock on. Resident Evil's being rebooted. Hope Johannes Roberts does a good job. Probably more Steve singing. Yeah, probably. You know me so well,
I like
folks.
Resident Evil.
But anyways, so they've cast an Ezra Bridger from Star Wars Rebels. It's going to be Mina Massoud, or Mossad. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But he will be playing Ezra Bridger in the upcoming Ahsoka series. I'm really excited for this. I think he's a great actor. He's from Toronto as well. Great young up-and-coming actor. And hell, man, I'm stoked for this series, so much. The only thing that held me back a little bit was Rosario's age, playing a Jedi. But then I just remember all the old people that have played Jedis. And I mean, that were supposed to be super powerful, like Christopher Plummer. Not Christopher Plummer, what's his name that played Dooku?
Oh, Count Dooku.
Yeah, I forget what the actor's name.
His name.
Just died not long ago. But yeah. Can't wait. Just can't wait. Can't wait. And we got some comments here. Filoni is king. Yes, he definitely is. Daryl Alexander Moore, Wolf, how are you, buddy? One of our favorites and longest running fans here, a good buddy of ours as well. Great comic book writer. This guy deserves a break. That's all I'm saying. Must be off. Now, bye, guys. Take care, Will. We're just getting into the spoilers, though, so you can check us out later. Christopher Lee. That's it. Christopher Lee. Thank you. Sir Christopher Lee. Everybody coming in with it now. Thank you. An absolute legend. Dracula himself. All right. So let's get into it. We're going to talk Wanda spoilers, folks. So, WandaVision. First of all, what did you think, Steve? Like, overall, what's your impression of WandaVision from the whole series so far?
I mean, it's gotten better. The first 2 episodes, I definitely had a hard time.
Sorry. That's how we keep the sponsorship out.
Right. But yeah, the story's moving along. Now we know a lot more about what's going on the outside and who's behind things now. Me and you were talking about this before the show. Catherine Hahn is absolutely great. I love her in everything I see her in.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's definitely one of my favorites in anything she plays in. We talked about her on the Newsroom, and I don't know, man. She's always Catherine Hahn, though. That is the one thing, though. No matter what, she's always that type. But I love her, and I'm loving her in this. Go on, though. Agatha?
All right. Agatha
Harkness.
Yes.
So what else were you thinking of the show, though? You digging it? Or
What's that?
are you digging it?
Yeah, it's not, I'm not anticipating every episode every week, but I'm watching it, and it's, like I said, I'm a little more into it now than I was in the beginning. So
Fair enough. Well, and you know what? For me, of course, I've got the ins with comic books, right? Because I'm a big comic book nerd, and I know a lot of the backstories with this. So for me, it has been an anticipation of every week. I am a little pissed though that they came out last week and said that the last 3 episodes were going to be an hour long each, and this was 37 minutes long, or 37 minutes short. Let me say. This is a good question. Will she bring back Iron Man? It's who's bringing people back? Is it Scarlet Witch that's bringing people back? Is it Agatha? Because we don't know. As we saw at the end of that episode, we blame Agatha. It's been Agatha all along. She's been controlling. She controlled Pietro or whatever that is. This episode, Wanda even says to her kids, that man is not your uncle.
that's right.
So that sticks out. A lot of people think Mephisto might have something to do with this show. I don't know. I'm back and forth on that. I thought that Quicksilver could have been maybe Mephisto, but I don't think that Agatha could control him. So it's really, really hard to say, honestly. Heard it's getting better, so I'll start watching again. Good night, guys. I'll avoid the spoilers. Night, Luke. No problem. And come watch after episode 7, yo. Yeah. Anyways, so what do you think? What are you hearing when people are talking spoilers? Are you hearing anything? And are you making sense out of any of it, being a non-comic guy?
No, I've tried to stay away from the spoilers because I mean, like I said, I don't know all the ins and all the inside jokes, like you said before. So I think the spoilers would take even more away from that.
Fair enough. And then we see right there Agatha and the twins, Speed and Wiccan, or Tommy and Billy, as you will. And the end of this episode is it's weird, right? Because we don't find out to the very end that Agatha has been behind it all along, which a lot of us have suspected. We all thought that she was Agatha Harkness, so there was no big surprise there. In the comic book run, though, when Scarlet Witch has her twins originally she doesn't really have them. It's a whole thing. We'll get into that later. but Mephisto takes them away. And there's at one point where he has her twins as fists. I'm wondering if there's no Mephisto and Agatha actually takes that part, you know? Instead of that all being Mephisto that does it, it'll be her, because the end of the episode, the twins leave with her, and then we never see them afterwards. Remember, Wanda shows up at the end asking for the kids. She goes down into the basement, and I don't know if you notice, it switches at that point. Once she goes in the basement in Agatha's house, they're no longer in Westview. They're back in the MCU because the grain's different, the ratio's different. I don't know if you notice it, but the way they shoot it as a sitcom, it's
The
shot as
letterbox.
like a TV sitcom, and then it went to the actual MCU ratio when she went into the basement, or anytime they're outside of Westview. So that leads me to believe that under that basement, like in that basement, that's the nexus, if you will. Which brings us to something else. The commercial we had. And they start talking about this nexus pill that you can take when everything, doesn't go your way. This is a huge nod to the comic books and to Wanda herself. Wanda is what's considered a nexus character. There's only so many of them in the Marvel universe. In the Marvel comics, it's the multiverse. And in the multiverse, everyone has a variation of yourself for each different reality there is. Wanda doesn't. There's only one. She's the nexus of the realities. Her and a bunch of other characters. And it's a whole bunch of, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly Marvel shit. But that commercial and seeing the pills come out like that, I don't know, man. I think that's a definite nod to her being the center of the multiverse. And maybe this is quick. The Pietro we saw coming in is the Pietro from the X-Men, but not the exact same one. You know how I said everyone's just a little off? I think that's the same case with him. His world was just a little off from the world before. And I bet in his world, because if you watch the X-Men movies, Pietro's sister was a little one that sat on his lap. It wasn't his twin. So I bet this Pietro, it'll be different. He actually had a twin sister, Wanda, and that's what we're going to end up seeing. It's been creepy, though. I've been loving it. William says, Hail Hydra. Maybe. I mean, Winter Soldier and Falcon starts right after this, and we're getting Baron Zemo in that. That could be the signaling of Hydra coming back. I did not notice that change. Guess I'll watch it again. Yeah, Daryl, it's crazy. Just to think of how they've written this and directed it. It was really hard to get through those first couple of episodes for me, but I'm really happy I stuck with it at this point. Something else, though. The very end of this episode was probably the best part of it all. Like the big reveal at the end in the basement where Agatha comes down, or Agnes at the time comes down, and she says, Wanda, oh, you don't think you're the only one with magic? And she shuts the door with magic. And I don't know if you noticed either, in the basement, there was a whole bunch of red all along the walls. But anytime when they were showing Agatha, and she was saying it was her all along, her magic powers are always purple. Like, Wanda's are always like red, but they're not like the red we saw there. And then, anytime they show Vision, it's kind of green, right? I'm wondering if that's the
colorblind guy.
What's that?
As you're explaining to the colorblind guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it was yellow and green, and then a little blue. All your favorites. The best thing, though, was that song she sings at the end. And then, of course, the big, big reveal that she killed Sparky, too. But yeah, man, it was a good episode. We got to see, of course, Photon, the origin of Photon come here. This is good. I love seeing Rambo here at this point. It was cool seeing her go through the wall, and this time the wall being that much thicker to get through that initial spot. And then you see kind of the three different versions of her. and then she almost gets that nexus point. And I don't know if you don't know much about her, obviously, but with her, she's called Photon, and she's been Quasar, all these different ones. But she can see everything on the different spectrums. So once she got through, I don't know if you noticed, she could see all that stuff. Like she could see like the cracks and stuff in like the red stuff I was talking about in the wall in the basements. She could see that, especially in that end stinger that we saw with her and Pietro, which was pretty cool, man. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out. Let me see. I'm obsessed with that song. Yeah, the song was great. I want to play it on here, but I don't want us to get kicked off again. It's been happening far too often. But yeah, so what about you folks? What do you guys are thinking? What's going to happen? Are we going to see Mephisto? Is Catherine Hahn the ultimate baddie? Will we get an hour-long episode? Supposedly, we've only got 2 left. It's supposed to be 9 episodes, so we're going to get 8 and 9 next. Could Disney be faking us out? We get a 10th? I don't know. I doubt it, but I don't know. What are you thinking? What do you think's happening? Do you think anything's coming?
I think being it's the first season, I think we're probably going to get some kind of cliffhanger.
Wow, man, that was pretty brave of you. I want all of my villain reveals with a theme song from now on. Yeah, dude, that was dope. I'm just trying to think of some villains. Like, how would we have a Lex Luthor theme song? I don't know, just be bad. But yeah, pretty cool. Now, Tom's watching, Daryl's watching. You're both big Marvel guys as well, big comic book readers. What are you guys thinking of this so far? Everyone that's watching, what are you thinking of WandaVision to this point? Has it been living up to your expectations? What do you think is going to happen next? Are the twins gone? Have we seen the end of young Tommy and Billy? Do the next time we see them, are they going to be grown up and not remember who their mother is? Yet they're going to be fully grown superheroes. Well, teen superheroes at that point. I don't know. I think it's coming. I think they are going to age them up to the same age as whatever Haley Stansfield is, who's playing Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye series. Because they're obviously setting up the Young Avengers.
Kind of off topic, but mentioning them being a lot older when we see them next. Did you see the trailer for the new M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Older? Old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's not because it's M. Night Shyamalan and his stuff scares me, because his stuff doesn't scare me. Getting old scares me, especially the older I get.
What was the one?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just trying to think of the one he did with there was the old the kids went to stay with their grandparents. That was creepy as fuck.
Yeah, right. Like in it, yeah, a lot of that, and the special effects look really good in it too. I'm just surprised they keep giving him a movie, though, because he hasn't performed at the box office. I'm not saying his movies haven't been good; they just haven't been performing at the box office well. Tom White says, I think the twins won't be real. Maybe drive Wanda mad, like in the comic books. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But she willed them into existence after that. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. Did they ever confirm that Wanda found out that Speed and Wiccan were actually hers in the comics? I don't know. I love it. Glad I stuck it through the first 2 episodes. Same with you. Same with me, Wolf. It was tough to get past those first 2. Oh, it's a Harry Potter can. What's a Harry Potter can? I don't see it.
Your magical drink.
Oh, my man. Yeah. Well, Red Bull won't let us put it on here. So I'm kidding. I don't drink Red Bull. That'd be wrong. Yes. But yeah, no, it would be cool. I really want to see what happens next on with the kids. She's going to have to will them into existence. I think they will rip them away from her somehow, and she will will them into being. But I don't know. Now, what is everybody thinking about the Luke Skywalker moment that we're supposed to get here. Now, everybody thought it was going to be the aerospace engineer. Then we found out the aerospace engineer was just kind of a nobody. It was just an old friend of her mom's. So a lot of people were upset it wasn't Reed Richards or Sue Storm or Blue Marvel from the Ultimates. That's her husband in the comic books. I don't know. I really hope that Major Lady wasn't Monica's scientist. Still hoping for Reed or Blue Marvel. Big letdown with that Major. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, Wolf. I hear you. I was thinking the same thing right there. I'm not a big fan of Blue Marvel, though. I just wasn't a fan of them using the title The Ultimates at first, and then I didn't like them becoming Alpha Flight. Because I love the Ultimate comics, and I loved Alpha Flight as well, and that was neither, and it just took the names of both to try to make that a popular comic, which I get. It's a selling technique, and it works, so. The commercial in episode 2, the ad ends with a close-up at the watch where we can see Hydra and its skull and tentacles logo on the face keep ticking faster and faster. Right. So we do see that. But there's also a theory out there that every commercial is about one of the time stones so far as well. And that one was supposed to be like the one of the Infinity Stones. And that was supposed to be the time stone, I do believe. Hey, Nathan, long time no see, buddy. How you doing? Hope Zeus is doing well. Just popping in to say good evening, fellas. Back to taking on the Arctic air. Good luck, brother. Good luck. Yes. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's so many possibilities with WandaVision where they could be going with this. Who the big reveal could be. It could be Reed Richards. I kind of hope it's not. We know that we're getting a Fantastic Four movie. John Watts, who did the Spider-Man movies, is directing it, which makes me think that the big Fantastic Four reveal is going to be saved for Spider-Man 3, not for WandaVision. I think we get a mutant here. I really do. I think we're getting one of the mutants.
That's one of the more popular rumors I've been seeing lately.
Yeah. You know, one rumor that I am hearing a lot, though, on the show that we haven't really talked all about, Hayward. Now, there's some shit going on with Hayward. We found out this week that Hayward was all about just wanting to get the Vision body back because he wanted to repurpose it as a weapon, is what we're assuming. And that's what, Rambo and Wu were both thinking as well. But there's another theory going on out there. Now, I watched, there's this Avengers Assemble cartoon, and in one of the final seasons, a government official or liaison is assigned to the Avengers, and they have to follow his orders. And he starts sending them on all these bad missions and shit like that. And he's just horrible to them at the entire time. I forget what his name is. It wasn't Hayward. But at the very end, it turned out it was Ultron wearing a skin suit. And a lot of people are thinking the same thing might be the case here with Hayward actually being Ultron. And that we're going to see that as the big reveal as he pops out. And we're going to hear James Spader's voice. And Ultron will return. I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Because I don't think that's quite a Luke Skywalker reveal. I like it if that's not the Luke Skywalker reveal. I like it if that's the lead up to it. The red herring, if you will. But I gotta hope that it's an X-Man that they're bringing in. Which one? I don't know. You'd figure they'd have to bring, if it's an like a holy shit moment and it is a mutant, you'd think the only one that would really give anyone a holy shit would be Hugh Jackman. Like, it would literally have to be Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I would hate that.
Yeah, I saw a rumor today. It was either today or yesterday that it was going to be Phoenix.
Jean Grey. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I could kind of see that. She's very powerful, and especially if it's the Phoenix Force, Jean Grey, which I don't think Jean Grey actually ever had the Phoenix Force. Like, in the movies, I know she did, and even in the cartoons, they kind of did, but in the comic books, it was never her. The Phoenix Force put her in a kind of cocoon, and she was hibernating and healing from fucking massive cosmic radiation, and the Phoenix Force was just impersonating Jean Grey. She took on a corporeal form, and yeah, so it wasn't really her, if I'm remembering that correctly. I'm sure Wolf or Tom could correct me on that if I am wrong. But I'd be all right with that for sure. But who you bring in as Jean Grey? Like if it's got like when they say it's a Luke Skywalker moment, for me it has to be an actor that we know in a role that we know. Because that would have been great if it was Sebastian Stan playing Luke Skywalker, but it was that much better that it was actually Mark Hamill. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. We'll wait and see. Wild out of left field guest Beast, no fur or Forge. Beast could work. Forge wouldn't be a holy shit moment though, because not enough people know who Forge is. I know who Forge is. I'm a diehard X-Men fan. I know that he's been one of the ones that's been there since I think the new, or not the New Mutants, since the new X-Men. I don't know if he came in with Colossus, Wolverine, Thunderbird, and all them. I think he came in a little bit after that, but still. Great character, but he's not well enough known, I don't think. Why no one's saying Magneto, Wanda's father, or allegedly? Yeah, no, I know. That's a Canadian thing I just said there. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, there's a lot of people talking that they think Michael Fassbender is going to be in this movie as Magneto, or sorry, show up at the end. I'm all right with that. I'm okay with that as well. I don't know if I want that though, if that makes sense. I don't know. For anybody that is on Clubhouse, I'm on Clubhouse. We will be doing more Wanda talks on there and shit like that. If you want to join up, just look for me on there. Ryan Fleming, you'll find me. And follow. Just so you know, it is a kind of an exclusive social app. Have you ever heard of this yet, Steve?
I hadn't until you mentioned it.
So did you read up on what it is?
Not really, no.
So it's an app. It's a social media app. No pictures, no videos, only audio. It's basically live, like what we're doing right now, live, but with a group of, could be thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. Got to put your hand up to talk, whatever. And there's some big people there. Couple caveats. It's mobile only, so it's got to be on your cell phone, and iOS only, so it has to be an Apple, or it has to be an iPhone. So, yeah. Just us elitist. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. No, but it's all right. It's been fun. It's weird though. It's one of those things that it's all, I don't know if it's all positivity all the time. Everybody's just completely, I think everybody's taking a lot of happy pills on there. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Magneto, we could have. I hope it's not Wolverine. And if it's Wolverine, I hope it's a new actor playing Wolverine. And if it's a new actor playing Wolverine, I'm going to put my money on right now Taron Egerton, who played Eggsy in the Kingsman movies. He also played Eddie the Eagle in the movie with Hugh Jackman. You know which one I'm talking about? Eddie the Eagle, the downhill skier. He was special needs.
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when they filmed that movie, after they finished filming it, they had asked Hugh Jackman who he could see playing Wolverine next, and he said Taron Egerton. And he's been singing his praises ever since. So that's who my vote goes to, or who I think they're going to go with. That's not who I would pick, but that's who I think they actually go with if they've already cast it. But who knows? Who knows, folks? I don't know. Steve don't know. You don't know. But one thing we do know, we're all going to find out together. And it won't be too long before we see what's happening, because there's 2 episodes left. And I think we're going to get a big reveal next week. And then, like you said, it's going to end on a cliffhanger the week after that. And then we have 1 week off, and then it's right into Winter Soldier. So it would be cool to see Wolverine's daughter take up the claws. Yeah, his clone daughter, X-23, Laura Kinney, The actress that played her, Daphne Keane, in the movie. Every time someone asks me who's the best Wolverine, there's only been one person play Wolverine so far, live action. But I always say that Daphne Keane has given us the best performance as a Wolverine because she's the only. I haven't seen Hugh Jackman do the berserker rage that Wolverine is best known for, and she did it that entire movie in Logan, and she was phenomenal to me. Because I'm hard on Hugh Jackman. I'm not hard on Hugh Jackman. I'm just hard on his portrayal of Wolverine because it's not Wolverine for me. But her, oh my God, she just fucking blew him out of the water. Thank you, sir. I was clapping with you for me. Thank you. But yeah, no, I don't know. Who do you want to see show up? I know you're not a big comic book fan, but is there something that would be like for you that you'd be like, oh my God, I can't fucking believe that?
I mean, it would have to be one of the top tier of, who's who. Because,
like a Dr. Doom?
Yeah, like outside of that, you know what I mean? Or like I said, the second tier, once you start to get into those second tier and third tier guys, I don't know who they are, so.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, no, and I get that. And you're probably right that it should have to be one of those. It has to be a top tier person. Do you think it has to be someone that's already been established in the universe somewhere? And we're getting.
I think that.
Go ahead.
No, I think that would make for the best holy shit moment, having it someone already established, like you said.
Hear me out here. What if the holy shit Luke Skywalker moment? I don't know what happens. The whole show is just about to end, and we need somebody to save the day. And then they open the door, and it's boom, Tobey Maguire as an old, beat up, pissed off Spider-Man from the Sam Raimi universe. Supposedly we're getting Tobey Maguire back as Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield back as Spider-Man. But Tom Holland said neither one of them are in Spider-Man 3. So what if they show up? One of them shows up at the end of WandaVision.
Yeah.
That could be a thing. That could be a very, very big thing. Wolf says, I know it's out of left field. But Galactus, and not as a damn cloud. Yeah, the cloud, the bees Galacticus was fucking stupid. But yeah, Galacticus would be pretty cool. That would mean that the Fantastic Four would have to fall behind. I would assume if it was Galactus, though, it wouldn't be Galacticus. We would see Silver Surfer first. And then that would be our big Luke Skywalker moment. Spider-Verse action. Yes, sir. That'd be sick. Yeah. If we saw Tobey, I'm telling you, the more I think about it, the more I don't know how you'd work them into it, but the more it kind of makes sense, and that Tom Holland might actually be telling the truth that neither one of them are, neither Tobey or Andrew are in Spider-Man 3, but one will be in WandaVision, and then maybe all three of them are in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which was the original rumor. Yeah, man. I don't know who else I'd want to see. Like we just saw that Punisher and Jessica Jones just got the rights back at MCU. So honestly, it could be John Bernthal comes in and shoots Wanda in the fucking face. That could be the end of. We sent in the Punisher, the only man who could stop her.
You have to think that obviously, Disney is setting up something. So whoever it is that they bring in, they have future plans for, right? Like that's the way Disney works.
True. And you know what? That's a great way to think about it because it's something they're going to want to build on. They've already come out and said that, and they didn't have to say, we've seen it just by the release of movies that are in Phase 4. Not one Avengers movie. So we're setting it. This Phase 4 is setting up the next generation of Avengers. So I say by the end of this generation, this phase, I bet you we lose permanently. Ooh, I almost snapped out there. We probably lose Hawkeye, I think, for sure. Like Clint Barton will be gone because we've got Haley Stansfield coming in as Kate Bishop's Hawkeye. You're going to have Wiccan and Speed probably after this, so that'll mean we won't necessarily need Wanda and Vision. I watched an interview with Paul Bettany today, who plays Vision. He's the first Marvel person, or first person, to be in 3 decades of Marvel movies. Because he was in the original Iron Man, right? He played Jarvis. So absolutely insane. I'd say he's run his course. I want to see more Vision because I feel like we just got Vision. But honestly, he's been doing this for 3 decades. I'm sure he'd be okay being done after this and not having to sit through 3 hours of makeup every day or whatever it is to put the Vision suit on. I like this idea of possibly Nick Fury, but I don't think Nick Fury is a wholly blow my mind moment. I think Nick Fury is just like, oh, there's Sam Jackson again. Sam Jackson's kind of the Stan Lee of the Marvel Universe. Not that has a cameo and everything. Let me change that. Samuel L. Jackson's the Stan Lee of the movie universe, where it doesn't matter. I could be watching a movie, a D movie out of South Africa, and I see Samuel L. Jackson in a cameo, and I wouldn't be surprised. Samuel L. Jackson does not seem to say no to anything. What's in your wallet?
Do you think we see him in some capacity in the new Coming to America?
I fucking hope so. I hope so. Because he was great in the movie. I mean, he only had the one role, but still, like the one scene. But it was great. You know, that was the second time they worked together, right? Him and Eddie Murphy.
Was it second?
Yeah. First time was at the beginning of Raw. He played Eddie Murphy's uncle.
That's right.
That boy's got talent. Ooh, kick him in the ding ding. That shit was funny. Oh, I love this. This would be a holy shit, blow your fucking mind moment for sure. David Hasselhoff shows up as Fury. Would be so great. Did you know that he played Nick Fury in a made-for-TV movie before?
No, I did not know that.
So Nick Fury's originally a white dude in the comic books. But when they made the Ultimate Universe, they remade all of Marvel in 2000 in the comic books and try to do it in like a modern way so that, you know, they can get new viewers and it wasn't so outdated, you know. So instead of Spider-Man being bit by a radioactive spider, which was big back in the 60s, you know, radioactive and nuclear and all that stuff, he's bitten by a bioengineered spider, right? And that's how he gets his superpowers. Instead of being bombarded by cosmic rays, the Fantastic Four goes into another reality, and then they go in that reality, it changes their molecules and shit like that, you know. So it kind of makes more sense. I forget what my point was, even with all this. Oh yeah, but when they did that, they rebooted everything basically. Spider-Man. That's where we got the Black Miles Morales because they killed Peter Parker in that one, and Miles took over. But they turned Fury into a black guy in that one. And he even says they're talking in one of the Ultimate books, the Avengers are all talking about who would play them in a movie. And this is way before the MCU. And he's like, well, Samuel L. Jackson, of course. I think they had Matthew McConaughey was supposed to be Ant-Man. Lucy Liu would be the Wasp. Oh my God. I forget who they said, Brad Pitt maybe as Captain America, and Johnny Depp as Iron Man. I want to see that Avengers movie. Oh, and I still think this would have been a great pick for the Incredible Hulk, for Bruce Banner. Steve Buscemi. It makes the most sense. No, it makes the most sense though, because they're supposed to be complete opposites. He's supposed to be a scrawny little fucking scientist nerd. And then when he hulks up, he's the complete opposite. He's dumb and fucking huge monster man, Hulk of a man, right? And I like Mark Ruffalo. I think he's a great actor, and I think he did a good job here. I liked Ed Norton a little bit better, but I would have loved to have seen something like that, though, where it was more true to the original Hulk comics. Now he's more manly and, respectable, but still, though, he did more. Does that mean SpongeBob could cross into the Marvel Universe because he met David Hasselhoff? No. No more soup for you. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's so many different possibilities, though. We're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, we've got 2 more episodes of this shit, and that means 2 more weeks of, speculation, and probably even more so after that's over, because I have a feeling, like Steve, you said, it's going to end on a cliffhanger, and I have a feeling we're going to be left with more questions than we have answers.
Yeah.
Yo. Yeah, but yeah, that's about it. I don't know about everybody else. You guys have anything else to say? We are here. Just to let you know, we have a Patreon page open now. If you guys want to get in on some of that action, you can get some free access to some behind the scenes stuff. You want to do some? We did a watch party last week, which went. It was all right. It was just a couple of us, and we can do those for some of our better ones. You can just check us out there on our Patreon. Follow the link there if you can, yeah, that helps us to pay for all this stuff and to eventually get some merch and all the fun stuff. Pay the bills, keep the lights on, as they say. But yeah, got anything else, buddy?
No, I think that's it, man.
Yeah, man. We got one. We got one more here. Goran says Samuel L. Jackson appears in the Ultimate Comics too. In a chitty chat, they mentioned the actors to play the characters on a possibly filmed movie of the Ultimates, and Nick Fury says something like, "I don't know, play games. I got to be played by Samuel L. Jackson." Yeah, that's the line I'm talking about. Absolutely, I have that comic book somewhere, and the pages are falling out of that because I've read that so many times. The Ultimate Comics are so good. Anybody who doesn't read comic books, though, that's what I tell people to read. I'm like, if you want to get into them, get into these ones because they were the most. The MCU is basically based on the Ultimates. They were the closest to real life with still having superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's about it. Yeah, man. Well, I hope everybody had fun with our spoilery-filled, speculative review of WandaVision. We'll be back next week. Have more to talk about, of course. More Wanda spoilers, I'm sure, next week. And I don't know. If you are one of our Patreons, though, I will tell you this. We will let you guys help us decide the topics that we do each week because Steve and I are lazy. No. Busy. That's what I meant. Busy. But yeah, that's another thing. You can help us come up with our topics each week that we're going to talk about. And if you guys ever want to just do a live Q&A with Steve and I, we can also do that as well. We love talking with you guys. It's honestly, that's my favorite thing to do is just kind of come here and shoot the shit with our fellow geeks and people. All these people that we've known our entire lives, honestly, our entire lives, but our entire Facebook lives. It feels. Lost my all things geek virginity tonight. I need a cigarette. Good show. Wolf, I'm glad you joined, man. Like I said, you've been with us forever, and glad to see you come out for the show. Yeah, we're going to smoke one for you as well as we go out here. Jeffrey Lee, you already touched upon Mephisto angle for WandaVision. Sorry, came into this a bit late. Jeff, it's all good, buddy. Yeah, we talked about Mephisto a bit. We don't know if it's going to be Mephisto. I was thinking that's who Quicksilver might have been. I don't know anymore. Not after seeing Agnes control Quicksilver like that. Maybe Agnes Harkness is going to be kind of a combination of her and Mephisto. I don't know. That's all I can really think. I don't know. It's time for us to smoke, and I don't think we were allowed to do it anymore on Facebook. So
I have my birthday cake being prepared here, so I'll give everybody a little insider right here. We're talking about the Patreon page. This is the kind of stuff you get.
Wait, so you made
every year I do a Boston cream pie. It's just tradition. I do it every year for my birthday. So I got the custard here. I got the cake. We're waiting for the other cake to be baked on top. We throw the custard in the middle, another cake on top, cover it in chocolate. And
Damn.
then I'm on cheat week
Cheat week.
because I have to eat all the cake.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I guess this year for Comic-Con, you can dress up as Wilford Brimley.
Right.
You're gonna have diabetes. Anyways, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Obviously, you can see I couldn't wait to light my joint up. Neither could Steve. Folks, join us there if you want. Again, I'll be doing He Said, She Said tonight, 9 o'clock. We didn't do it last night. We'll be doing it tonight, Jade and I. The movies that I reviewed this week, she gave me the movies Flight, Denzel Washington. Have you ever seen that movie? Ever heard about that?
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, based on a true story. And, oh my God, what was the other movie she gave me? Oh, The Call. Halle Berry, The Call. A WWE
Good
movie.
Really good.
Dude.
I like it. It's a good movie.
Dude, you know me. Play my video games as I watch the movies and review. I couldn't. I legit couldn't. That movie was so action packed and so, like that was one of the best suspense thrillers that I've watched in a while. And I almost knew everything that was happening as it was going on, and it didn't matter. That doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah. Have you seen Unhinged yet?
No, but that's going to be next on my thriller list to watch.
Oh yeah, good movie.
Yeah, that's it's like a modern Fallen Down, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, or Joker. Oh, better than Fallen Down? Wow.
Oh yeah, way crazier.
Steve, you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psycho.
Comparable.
I was back
Well, I
into
know.
the wall, okay?
Well, Michael Douglas wasn't a psycho until the end. Well, about halfway through. Like it led there. But from what I've seen in the trailers and the commercials for Unhinged, it looks like he's always been unhinged, this guy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that's good. Well, did you review that already on the show?
Yeah,
I think
we saw it back in the summer at the drive-in. It was
Right
one
on.
of the few movies that did make it out.
Nice. Well, we've got a bunch of indie movies that were sent to us this week. I got a couple that I have to review. I'm going to send Steve the one horror movie on it, so he'll have his 5-second movie review next week. And I'm not sure, but I believe it will be. Let me just tell you here. It's not going to be Rainbow's End. That one's for me, starring Sean Young and Ed Asner. No, for real. Oh, yes. You are going to be getting a movie called Death Trip, starring Kelly Kay, Tatiana Olai, and Garrett Johnson. 4 friends take a cottage trip to the dead of the winter. During their stay, they discover dark details about that neighboring cottagers. After one of the friends is found mutilated, the group worries that they're being targeted by angry locals. Kelly Kay, Tatiana Olaf, and the other people I already mentioned will be in this movie. Directed by James Watt. So, yeah, that's what you'll be doing. I know you love these. I know you love them. Anyways, that's it, folks. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get prepped for the next show. Like I said, the Patreon page is there. If you want, go ahead, check it out. Check us out. Give us become a member. Come chill with us. As soon as we can figure out how to make those Discord rooms work, we'll get that going too, so we can do some chats in there. And if not, if you are on Clubhouse, follow me there. We'll be doing some of those on there as well. Anyways, for the WellandWingnut, it's your boy Zeus. We are telling y'all, have a great week. Peace out.